There's a lot of things in the world right now that are scary and intense and dark and kind of terrible. How do you stay positive?
I thought you said this is gonna be about music.
I don't actually know my own lyrics, is the thing. Like I kind of just wing it every time I'm up there. I do forget, like all the time.
I know. I've rehearsed with you.
I'm gonna triple check.
My favorite is when you start going, fuck,
Hi, I'm Melux, and this is Scott Peacock. We're musicians in a band called The Woodland Stray. The is very important. Okay, so how long have you been playing music, Scott?
Wish I could say I did this unprompted, but doing the math before the interview, I've been playing for 11 years now. I started out on the flute. Actually, I initially was going to be an orchestra person, and I'd probably end up playing the viola. But then the band teacher came in and was like, we need someone to play flute. And being the little indecisive 12-year-old I was like, I'll play flute, whatever. And I was pretty good. I was decent. I was a decent flute player. And 2 years after I started playing flute, I got into jazz band where I picked up the alto saxophone, which was my first love. Probably not, but it was my first love. And then I met my true first love in sophomore year because we started eighth
Was it
grade.
sophomore year?
Yeah, because we started eighth grade. Was when I started playing the alto, and I played alto 8, 9, and it was 10 or 11 that our Bari player decided to flake, and then our band director was like, "Who wants to play Bari?" And I've never, is it risen? I've never risen my hand faster. I've never raised. Is it raised?
Yes, it is raised.
Okay, thank you.
I'm an English major, I know.
I'm not. I like eating crayons. I've never raised my hand faster in my life to play the Bari saxophone, and I just haven't turned back since. I've been playing Bari sax, I believe, since sophomore year, and I'm 23 now.
Don't say it like that. Scott and I have known each other since
you were in 8th grade.
I was in 8th grade. It's been, I don't want to say 10 years.
I think it's been 10 years. It's 9 or 10.
I was like 13 when I met you, and I'm 23 now.
Yeah, it's been 10
so
years.
It's been like 10 years.
It's been like 10 years.
Yes.
Look at us.
Look at us. So you've been playing music forever. We've known each other for too long. Why do you play music?
Well, obviously, started out as an obligation. Everybody had to take it. But even before that 6th grade year when I had to go into a specific like band, orchestra, choir setting, I always grew up with music. My dad and mom, very eclectic music tastes. Good word. So, I grew up listening to a variety of things from, like big band jazz, like Glenn Miller. Didn't expect my dad to pull out Glenn Miller on, like camping trips, but like jazz, I get some like Jimmy Buffett beach vibes, of course, the classic rock, classic rap. My mom, she would go, I'd get like my pop influence from her. But also, musicians just run in my family. My mom, while she hasn't done it in a while, she used to play the classical piano. Oh, cool. And her father also plays the accordion, which is really cool. That's because sick. When I was a kid and they would come up to visit, and he'd like bring the accordion and just play like polkas for hours. Oh, and cool. It was awesome. And then my dad is totally tone deaf. but his mom and dad, so my grandfather was a percussion, like a really good percussion player. I never got to hear him play, unfortunately, but my grandmother also plays like the organ, like the 3-tiered like church organ.
Wow. Yeah, with the foot pedals.
Yeah, wow. She can do that. So I think it kind of runs in my family, and I found that doing musical activities in school up till that point came pretty easy to me. Like I had a good sense of rhythm, of tone, just basic musicality, I guess. Mm-hmm. So when it came time to actually pick an instrument, I don't think I really cared what instrument I ended up playing, but I did want to play. And when I started playing, I mean, obviously I wish I did practice more, but I found that I really didn't have to achieve the level of proficiency that was being sought after in the school setting.
Yeah. So why do you continue to make music? I mean, it's no longer an obligation.
Oh yeah, I totally didn't answer your question,
no,
didn't
that's
I?
fine. No, that's fine. Yeah, so it was an obligation, and at some point it stopped being an obligation, right? Like you fulfilled your college art credits, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now you're kind of home free. So why continue? Like, what does it mean for you to continue making music?
Well, okay, so post obligation, when I no longer was required to take that music class, I found myself signing up again. And that one was out of, I think, joy, like, and just pure fun. Like playing the instruments, playing the music, hearing the sounds of like the band all coming together. Even in 7th grade, 6th grade, when it was awful, I didn't have like the most trained ear at the time. So to me, it sounded like really impactful and big. I loved hearing all the chords and everything come together. So I decided to continue. And when I saw that jazz band was like an available option, I just was like, that has to be the coolest thing on the planet. And I remember getting there and being like, oh, I can't play flute in jazz band. You can, but just not like all the time in a school setting.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, oh, I get to learn the saxophone. And I always thought saxophone was cool, in those prior years, because, Careless Whisper, and plenty of other cool saxophone
There's so
stuff.
many like saxophone memes going on around the time.
Yeah, I guess there was. That was
Epic Sax Guy. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gandalf. Yeah, it was
Gandalf.
Gandalf doing the head bob.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't even consider that as influence, but probably
Maybe
was.
a little bit.
I was influenced by the memes. At that point in time, music was one of the only things I was like passionate about.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to continue. I wanted to play different forms of music. I wanted to play new instruments, and playing the sax gave me the opportunity. Playing the sax in jazz band gave me the opportunity to do such. And I think my curiosity to experience different forms of music, play different instruments, and just see where that could take me drove my joy through the roof, because as I would go on obsessive practice runs. Like when something really scratches my brain, I will sit there for hours playing the same thing. And what I found, I think probably 9th grade, my 2nd year playing jazz, I think that's when I found Leo Pellegrino.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, and that, let me tell you, oh boy, did that scratch an itch in my brain I didn't even know I had. It created the itch and scratched it, and that was where my inspiration, or like my desire for the Bari Sax, came in.
That's true. There was a period of time where Scott would just, I mean, we were both on Snapchat. I don't use Snapchat anymore, but
I have it.
I don't use it.
I have it because Dylan sends me TikToks on Snapchat.
Okay, yeah. He has your TikTok.
Yes. But like then we get together and it's like a little boy date. He's going to hate when you post this. It's so funny.
Boy date.
It's like a little boy date, and we watch the TikToks he sends me. And we get lunch.
That's so cute. Scott would send me like, there was a period of time where it was almost daily. He would just send me videos of him and whatever lick he learned at that period of time.
Oh, that was 2020. That was
20. You have the year.
Yeah. Well, it was peak lockdown, and
right.
we're stuck in the house, and we're like, so lockdown was my senior year of high school, and I was not the greatest student at the time. I was actually a pretty bad student, to be honest with you. I was like I'll just take the test and then score good, and I won't do any of the homework. And doing that nets you bad grades, even if you do well on the tests, because most of your grades in high school consist of the busy work that I did not want to do. So instead of doing said busy work, which got worse over lockdown, I played music because my parents would think that I was doing something for my music classes. Sorry, mom and dad. But I graduated. We're fine. So I would like pick a song every day, and it didn't even have to be the entire song. I'd pick like solos. Some days I'd do solos. Some days I'd find like one lick. And if it took me an especially long time to figure it out, I was just transcribing things on the daily, because that's what was fun. And then when I got to college and I played with my first group of average musicians, I guess, I was like, damn, that transcribing kind of was pretty goated. All throughout like high school music career, they tell you, or at least they told me, like, oh, if you transcribe things, you physically just sit down and learn how to play it by yourself, not looking up anything. That will like substantially aid your ability to play, and you'll learn new things and stuff will get easier. And I didn't want to do it because it was hard. When I started just finding little things to figure out, I'd figure out a bass line that I thought sounded cool. I'd figure out like little licks or solos. And when I started doing all that, like not taking it on as like a whole, that was super fun, and it aided to my ability to play.
Fuck yeah. So I want to come back because you still haven't answered my question. Rehearsals, marketing, sitting down and doing all of this, getting together to record albums, working time in to do all of that into your schedule is a lot of work. Learning the music is a lot of work, especially when I decide to dump 20 new songs on them in one rehearsal.
You can't say 20 because then somebody's going to ask, where are the songs? Why are they at? Why aren't they there?
They're coming.
Pause.
And you whoop. Took me a minute. They're coming. They'll be here.
Oh, I got you good with that one.
You
I
did.
stumped you. So what was your question? So managing my time, or what was your question?
There is no monetary benefit at the moment to being a musician.
It's fun.
That's it.
I don't think my life would be as enjoyable if I wasn't playing music. I think music is an integral part of what brings me happiness, whether that be me practicing by myself, which is the least favorable of the options. My pipe dream is just being a musician. Like if this could be a monetary thing, I would love to work as a musician. Like that would be my pipe dream. That was the first thing I was ever passionate about. I mean, everybody loves video games, but as I guess good career options, or if you want to consider it that, this was one of the first things I was like passionate about. So I don't want this to not be in my life. And I've already known you for a decade, and I've known Bailey for longer than that. And I just have a great time playing with everybody there. I've enjoyed, we've gotten a lot better as a band.
Yes.
And I got inspired to practice again because we were doing this, because I don't want to sound bad, especially when, going back to what I said earlier, I am not the best player in the room. Sitting next to Bailey makes me really want to be a good player.
Yes.
My gosh. So yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun to rehearse. It's fun to practice. It's fun to perform with everybody. And music being in my life is an integral part of my life.
Heard. Yeah. So if the Woodland Stray were to blow up.
Shout out.
Help us out. If the Woodland Stray were to blow up and touring was on the table and a record deal was on the table, is that something you would consider?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Absolutely. I don't know if you're expecting me to elaborate on that one or not, but like absolutely, I would love
definitively.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to go and tour with you guys. Like we all just like hop on a bus, get in our cars, whatever, go road trip, and we just go and perform places, and we get to meet new people, play our music for people. That sounds like the dream.
If that's something you want to see, if you've been watching us, if you've been watching my content, please help us out. Share this with your friends, talk to your family about us, and listen to our music.
And make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell, because subscribing doesn't mean anything anymore. There's a lot of things in the world right now that are scary. and intense and dark and kind of terrible. How do you stay positive?
I thought you said this is gonna be about music. How do I stay positive?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I mean, ultimately, the things that you cannot control, you can't overly concern yourself with. It's okay to be concerned with things that you can't do anything about, but it's more of like you have to be concerned about it in an accepting way. You know, I could do everything I can to change what's going on or better the position for myself, but at the end of the day, you can't overstress yourself with things you can't change. Wow, this is not the direction you want me to go with, but this is where I'm going.
That's okay. I didn't have any direction I wanted to go.
I feel like this is very not Woodland, but that's fine.
That's okay.
And in the meantime, I mean, if anybody concerns herself with only one thing and becomes a one-dimensional person, they're boring, right? You can't only be focused on the bad and everything that's going on bad, because, well, A, you're going to be depressed, and B, it's kind of boring. You know, if I meet somebody and their whole thing is one thing, and if I'm not particularly interested in it, what's the point? So having a diverse set of interests and concerns, I think, helps spread your brain out and calm down and keep you on the up. So obviously for me, music, music helps keep me happy, keeps me sane. I really love hearing all the like lyrics and songs you create.
Thanks.
And how they speak on the state of the world. You should listen to the lyrics, guys. If you're not listening to the lyrics, listen to the lyrics.
I only spent.
I don't even know what
I don't
even know what he's saying anytime, all the time either. Don't worry about it. He doesn't even know his lyrics.
I don't even know my lyrics. Yeah.
But finding things that make you happy in a chaotic world, I think, is the way to go about it. And so obviously for me, that's music. That's spending time with my loved ones. You're one of my loved ones, by the way, if you didn't know.
I love you, Scott.
I love you, Zeus.
Are we about to make out? No. You'll have to go to
Stray
our
OnlyFans?
Patreon. Maybe 1,000 subs and we'll get a pit. We'll get an OnlyFans.
And then, just make changes where you can. Make an input, make a change in ways that you can, when you can, where you can.
And I would like to add to that. It's okay to not be up to date on every single issue regarding every single social problem we have, political problem we have. It's okay to pick one thing and make that your thing, and dedicate the rest of your energy to keeping yourself healthy, keeping yourself happy, keeping yourself in good spirits, because fighting the system is hard work. Being rebellious against a system is hard work, and you cannot expect yourself to take care of every single thing. At the end of the day, you're still human, and you got to take care of what you can.
It was very inspirational. I like that.
Thanks.
You could definitely end on that.
I could end on
that. That could be like a finishing statement.
Do you have any parting thoughts for the camera, Scott?
I think making people feel joy through our music is something that excites me a lot. I want people to feel emotion when they listen to us play. I want them to have, I guess, no, not an out-of-body experience. I want people to feel something, like when they listen to us play or when they hear us perform, even when they see us like practice and rehearse, because you've been taking videos of that and they're kind of funny. I think people get to know us a little bit, and I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I like having that connection. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Scott Peacock. I'm Mel Oaks, and we are
the Woodland Stray.
We're not the whole Woodland Stray. Next week, you'll be hearing from Bailey Landis, who we've mentioned a lot in this little segment here. So take care, eat your veggies, and go outside. We'll see ya.
Bye.